Pokemon Legends Arceus was the most interested and excited I've been for Pokemon or a Pokemon game in a very long time. I'm really excited and almost relieved to see that they're finally taking Pokemon in a new direction. If you think about it, this is probably the longest time that Game Freak has spent on a Pokemon game, because last year Game Freak worked on those Pokemon Sword and Shield expansions so that they could work on Pokemon Legends, as well as not having to release the game during the holiday season, that weird release date of the end of January. But I'm still fearful of Game Freak and their tendency to rush things or skip corners, because Legends is a weird action RPG mishmash, where it's not really an action RPG, more like a turn-based RPG with action elements. And honestly, I like what I see. I like this Wild Area 2.0. You know, there's actual swaying grass and not just the texture all over the place, and more dense Pokemon areas with the Pokemon actually being more real to their size. But now in the Wild Area, you ain't safe, because if the Pokemon hits you, they really gonna jump you. That's where the Dark Souls roll comes in place. And this is where my first big fear about this game comes in place. From this trailer, it's still a little early to tell, but the game's not that far off from release, and we all know Game Freak ain't delaying a game. But yeah, in this trailer, we see that your options from dodging a Pokemon attacking the trainer are roll. And that's it. The only way to do anything is to throw one of your Pokemon next to them, which enters the typical turn-based combat we're used to seeing from Pokemon games. This is the only action element we see in this game other than the exploration. If the way Pokemon approach you is copy and pasted, as Game Freak is notorious of doing, then that's gonna get old very fast. And by copy and pasted, I guess I mean more of a lack of variety. You know, all the Pokemon lunge at you the same way. That would be lame. Like, I hope there's sick boss battles when you fight legendary Pokemon. Like, there's a section where you have to dodge stuff and move out of the way, and then you get a brief chance to actually do damage when it enters a turn-based combat, and then it exits, you gotta dodge stuff from the legendary Pokemon again to get your chance to enter turn-based combat again to do some damage. That is what I'm hoping for. That would be sick if they could mix it, trying to get in the right position to throw your Pokemon next to what you're trying to fight. But if it lacks variety and the player doesn't feel any sense of tension because, well, they can just enter the turn-based combat mode by throwing a Pokemon, who cares what they do? Game Freak, do not be lazy in this aspect. Please give a lot of the aggressive Pokemon unique ways to dodge their attacks and try to get in close to enter combat with. It would be really lame if you know the 3 types of moves a Pokemon do, completely negate it to just enter this turn-based combat. Also have a variety and unique ways to approach Pokemon when you have to creep up on them or stealth them. If they all act the exact same and you just sneak up by hiding in some shrubs or something, again, that can get old very fast. Maybe you can distract the Pokemon with berries or something. There's craftable throwing items, so that wouldn't be a far-fetched. It's tricky game design wise to mash genres, but this isn't really a mash of genres. The action elements of dodging aggressive Pokemon, sneaking on scared Pokemon, and the exploration is in stark contrast with the turn-based combat scene in this game. This is doable, but it can make or break a game and make a game feel overall clunky if it doesn't do it right. Resident Evil Village, for example, was really close to getting here, but that game is so insanely polished, at least on console, that it works. But this game, I'm sorry, it doesn't look polished. Again, I'm still excited. It looks like a good game. I'm just scared for these aspects. And the other thing I'm scared of is with having an open world, it seems to be an objective-based map. If all the quests, which is really cool that there's quests now instead of gyms, very cool. But if all the side ones are basically the same, yo, catch this Pokemon, go get me these materials or items, that would be awful. Don't make a Ubisoft game. There are so many incentives you could do for cool side quests, like giving you a new Pokemon, or new moves, or materials to craft stuff with. Maybe make it so that you can explore a side area, go into one of these boats, go into a cave. That might be asking for much, but do not make it so that there's like 2 or 3 quest types for the side missions like a Ubisoft game. So you can see where a lot of my fear comes in play. Basically, with a new style of game, I'm very scared about there not being enough variation in these quests, and the only variation being all the Pokemon you encounter and the actual environment, which all of these environments look great, by the way. If it lacks variety in the Pokemon encounters outside of battle, and there's not a lot of side areas or dungeons to explore in the main map, you know, go off and collect some materials to use for crafting, or find a crazy TM move to give to one of your Pokemon, then I'm sorry, this game might fall flat for me. I'm not expecting it to be perfect, just Game Freak, please don't cut corners on these game mechanics, especially with having this open world RPG action-like game. All in all, I guess what I'm trying to say is I like what I see, but from what I see in this trailer, it could be like a platform for a really good game, or could be barren of keeping the gameplay interesting without swapping the areas and the Pokemon. I wonder how many times I said Pokemon in this video.